Do not open that door. The Royal Council is in closed session. No one is allowed in there.
Beth, no offense, but mind your own business. Rollins, open the door.
Rollins, don't listen to her. Rollins.
You have no right to issue orders around here.
And you do?
Yes, I was the princess of this island,
Yes,
Beth.
was. You're not anymore.
Yeah, you're right. But that loss was nothing compared to the loss of my child. Did you know about that? I lost my baby boy, Beth, and Edmund was responsible.
Edmund is not responsible. Now, I'm sorry about what happened to your baby, but that has nothing to do with what's going on in that room. What happened to you was an accident, and you and Richard have to stop blaming Edmund for every awful thing that happens to you.
So who's to blame? Huh? You may be sleeping with him, but you don't know him. What do you think he's going to do to San Cristobel?
I think he'll rule it well. Your prince has barred this woman from the palace, so I suggest you escort her to the gates.
This woman. I have the right and the obligation to the people of this country to go in that room and tell them my side of the story before the council votes on something that could affect everyone on this island, Beth.
You and Richard have already presented your case.
I pledge allegiance to this country, to the people of this country, and I'm going to fulfill that promise. Now, you either step aside...
Or what?
Or I'm going to make you step aside.
No. I don't think so.
Beth, I'm going to that door if I have to walk right over you.
I'm not going to
Get out of my way! Got it!
I beg your pardon?
No, I beg your pardon for the interruption, Lord Chancellor. But I have something to say to all of you. Something you must know before you come to any decision.
This is a closed meeting.
I understand that, Lord Chancellor.
Your husband made a statement to this council which has been taken into consideration.
I know that, but that was over a week ago, and some major things have happened.
I can't do anything about that. This body has procedural rules which must be followed.
My lord, if I may have a word with the princess?
Make it brief, Dex.
I appreciate what you're trying to do here. You know that, but it may make things worse.
How so?
Richard has more supporters in this room than you might think. And it's my sense that those who don't yet support him may not favor your direct approach.
The truth is the truth, Dax, no matter how it's delivered. Lord Chancellor, gentlemen, I am here for the same reasons you are. Because I love my adopted country, and Richard and I want to do what's best for it. I know your council has rules. I do, but I also know that you have pretty much been in seclusion since you started your deliberations. That coupled with Edmund's news blackouts means you've only heard bits and pieces of what's going on. Shouldn't you hear the whole story? If you want to make a responsible decision, and I know that you do, then you should know all the facts. Now, please, I will only take a minute of your time. Please.
Lord Chancellor, Lords and Gentlemen of the Royal Council, your serious deliberation over the past weeks on the future government of our island and your recommendation tonight to the people of San Cristobel fill me with humility and with awe. I am, of course, deeply grateful. No.
Cassie got into the palace. I caught her trying to bully her way into the Royal Council meeting.
Good Lord, where is she now?
With the council. I'm trying to stop her. I'm sorry.
Don't.
No, just go. Don't let them do this to you. Go.
Thank you.
Cassie's right. Maybe this is too much to sit on. Maybe I do need to confront Edmund on my own.
As a matter of respect, and in recognition of your past service to our country, we listen to any contribution you care to make.
Thank you. I know Richard told you about Edmund's past offenses, and I'm sure Edmund said that it was all water under the bridge and that he's a changed man. Edmund Winslow has not changed. If anything, since he has had a taste of power, he has become even more arrogant and ruthless. 3 days ago, he unlawfully held me prisoner here in my own home. What was my crime? I was trying to leave the palace so that my sister Reva could interview me for American television. Edmund didn't want that to happen, so he came up with some absurd charge that I was trying to steal silver, and he had me placed on house arrest and had me locked in my room. Well, I managed to escape, but Edmund sent guards after me. 8 months pregnant, and I had guards chasing me. I made it to my sister, and she had a car. Edmund had the road blocked, this time with armed guards, and their rifles were pointed at my windshield. I was forced off the road, and the car crashed. My sister is blind now, and she may never see again. And Richard and I, we lost our baby boy. And why? Because Edmund wants power. And he doesn't care who or what gets in his way. So to my mind, you shouldn't be here deliberating whether to let Edmund Winslow keep the throne. You should be deciding whether to press charges for assault or murder or both.
Prince Edmund, let me in. I insist you stop this immediately. Forgive me, but in the interest of impartiality, I was under the impression that no Winslow was to further address this council. I thought so. Mrs. Winslow, please be so good as to leave.
The council gave me permission to stay and speak, Edmund.
Lord Chancellor, you have already taken evidence in this matter.
She had new information, Your Highness.
Oh, I see. Then if there are any additional accusations against me, I trust I'll have the opportunity to rebut them. Yes, just so. When you're finished, of course. Please, proceed.
You're letting him stay?
I have the right to face my accusers.
Your accusers? My son is dead because of you. My sister is blind because of you. My sister, whom you attempted to murder when she was princess. Her son, who you tried to kidnap and kill.
Mrs. Winslow, you are obviously distraught.
He made an attempt on Prince Richard's life. He staged the construction site accident. How many people were hurt there, Edmund?
Oh, my lord, this is absurd.
Edmund has committed so many acts of treason I've lost count, not to mention blackmail. The pressure you put on Dr. Weymouth was so intense he burst an aneurysm. That's murder, Edmund. That's murder.
Oh, enough! This is slanderous. At best, a paranoid distortion of the truth. It is now my turn to speak.
Dr. May.
Phillip Spaulding.
Oh, hi.
Oh, hi. How are you?
Fine, fine. Why wouldn't I be?
Oh, I don't know. I guess I was hoping for a terrific or a great or something like that, seeing as it is your birthday. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
You having a good one?
Yes, it's lovely, actually.
Well, good. Although I have to tell you, there are a couple of kids here that miss you a lot. Wish they could be part of it.
Gee, Phillip, how did I know that you'd managed to make this into a major guilt trip and in record time, too?
Beth, all I said was that the kids miss you.
Don't.
Okay.
I mean it.
Okay, I hear you. No problem.
You know, this day started out so well, too, and now you're putting a guilt trip on me, and Cassie is behaving horribly to Edmund.
How so?
Well, she just is, okay? Nobody gives him the benefit of the doubt about anything.
Well, yeah, you know what? If it gets to a point where things are not so great down there and you're not having a good time, just let me know, and I will be happy to send the jet down to bring you home.
I don't need the Spaulding jet, Phillip. Thank you very much.
Okay, it's all right. It was just an offer. You can take it or leave it, whatever. Okay, well, I just wanted to wish you happy birthday. I got to get going. I promised Lizzie I would read to her before she goes to bed. I don't know. She's... Why is it that she still likes to have me do that so much when she's perfectly capable of reading it for herself?
I guess it makes her feel loved.
Well, it makes me feel that way, too. Okay, listen, you take care of yourself, and I guess we'll see you, when we see you.
Phillip, look, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to snap.
Going to be a party.
Gee, where have I heard this before?
What I don't know yet is when the party is going to be. But whenever it occurs, it's going to be in the disguise of a welcome home party for Cassie and Richard, which is Holly's brilliant idea. Thank you.
There's nothing.
So when you get an invitation for a welcome home party, know that it's a party that serves two purposes. Do you got it?
Got it. Great idea.
You know, now that I think of it, we should be throwing this party for Reva as well.
Richard?
She returned, so shush, say no more.
Okay.
Is there something wrong?
No. I was just thinking about feeding you these chocolates.
Oh.
Reva, I mean, what about her eyesight? Does she have it?
We didn't get into that.
Oh, Ross, really, for a hotshot lawyer, you really have a knack for missing the obvious. Excuse me.
So, when I worked at the palace, we used to send these to the heads of state all over the world.
Excuse me. Mom, hi.
Hello.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Listen, have you heard any news about Reva and Cassie?
Not since yesterday. Josh?
Actually, yes. I heard from Reva last night.
Does she have any of her eyesight back?
No. Apparently the medication she's on takes a while to take effect.
Oh, poor Reva. I mean, how is she coping with this? She must be devastated.
First, the charges just leveled at me have already been discussed in this forum. Ad nauseum, I might add. They have already been dismissed, so there is nothing new here.
The accident. My son. My sister.
The accident, Cassie, was just that. It was an accident. Tragic and unforeseen, stemming largely from a situation you yourself created.
I set up the roadblock.
You were driving the car.
Your car was blocking the road. Your guards had rifles pointed at my windshield, Edmund.
The prince always travels with armed security, and they had been given the order not to fire. Cassie, my car was parked in the middle of the road because it was dark outside, and I wanted to make sure you could see me so that you would stop and we would have a calm, rational conversation.
Oh, that is so outrageous.
Cassie, did you or did you not point your car directly at me? I had no idea what was going on in your head that night, Cassie, but you were deeply troubled about something.
Because you had me locked in my room, you were accusing me of theft and treason.
And the next thing I know, you're driving your car right at me,
And at the last moment, I leap to one side, you swerve the car to the next, there's a horrid crash, the car is about to burst into flames, and I risk my life to save you. I ran to the car and pulled you from the car before it exploded.
For 2 seconds, you had a conscience. Because your guards were standing there. If they weren't there, you would have let us die.
Oh, for the love of what? Can you read my mind now, Cassie? There is nothing you have presented to the council this evening that is grounded in reality.
How do you know what I've said? You weren't here.
Cassie, I can produce a dozen witnesses that will corroborate my version of events. Has she produced one?
My sister is so paralyzed with rage, she can't even be in the same room with you, Edmund.
Your sister?
Yes.
Your sister? Well, there's a glowing recommendation. Just a pillar of virtue and credibility. Yes, your sister, a pathological serial bride, born of the adulterous bed of an Oklahoma whore.
Well, you think you're so superior to us, don't you?
Think it. Think it, woman. I know it. I am a Winslow. The throne of this country is my right. It was my right from birth, and is my right now, and I'll be damned if I'll let a cheap little stripper and a loudmouth slut of a sister take it away from me. You keep on trying it, and I'll have you silenced for good.
I've heard enough. Colonel Dax, would you escort Prince Edmund to the corridor?
Your Highness? Edmund.
Colonel, I don't usually lose my head like that. Please extend my apologies to the council.
Of course, sir.
Edmund?
I'm sorry, Beth. I can't. I have to be alone.
What you did took courage.
I don't think I have any left.
Cassie?
I'm sorry, but I had to come.
As long as you're all right. You're all right.
Yes, I'm okay. It was worth it, though, you know, to tell Edmund when I thought about it.
Cassie, where's Reva? Didn't she testify with you?
No, she said she couldn't stand to be in the same room with Edmund, so she says she'd wait for me by the tunnels.
No, she wasn't. We just came from that way. There was no sign of her.
Maybe she thought that you were guards and she was hiding.
Damn her.
Same to you, Edmund.
Reva, what are you...
You ready to die?